So, hello, how are you all doing? So, can somebody tell me the truth? Were my mother and stepfather pharmacologically abusing me? Were they behind getting me to take HIV PrEP? Were they behind the mega regimen of psychiatric medication? Were they isolating me and getting off sexually from isolating me? I think they were torturing me. I think my mother's two-faced, and my father too. I think they all know. They've been torturing me, and I want them to communicate and take accountability. I think they're sadists. It's apparent. It's fucking apparent. It's fucking clear as day. So, Peter, do you think my parents were torturing me, basically? I'm going to try to calm my emotion here. I'm going to try to calm down. You know, at the very least, my stepfather doesn't look like me. He looks at me with disgust. And my mother knew he was abusing me and did nothing about it. So even if they did not pharmacologically abuse me, even if they did not have premeditated intentions to get me to take HIV PrEP and stuff, I was at least being tortured and kept in solitude and living in a fantasy world, home all day, every day with them. At the very least, there's that. So I just want honesty. I just want somebody to fucking tell me the truth. I feel like nobody is capable of telling me the truth. I feel like and maybe they are telling me the truth. I mean, did I have a horrible relationship with my stepfather? Absolutely. But I feel like the reason they were all torturing me was because of wrestling with my stepfather's daughter circa 25 years ago. And they've been keeping that from me, and they were just let's focus on some artwork here. Let's move on from this because frankly, my mother's a sadist, my stepfather's a sadist. They're all a bunch of just narcissists and sadists. So let's go on to this one. So I say, help! I'm drowning in the ocean. Death is coming. Save me. This is obviously like the Jack's Mannequin song, Swim When It Hurts. Keep my head above like Andrew McMahon. I'm swimming in the ocean. When I was running all day, every day, and there was no intervention and I could have died? Well, I'm swimming. So run, even when you're going through hell. Just run, swim, The next one, actually, yeah. So the next one, Adam Levine says to a troubled girl, I know how much you've suffered, but you will be loved. And she's like, oh my God, this is a dream come true. And she's living a life of luxury with Adam Levine. And the next one, you see me. I go up to Adam Levine. This is my 2019 daydream. I say to him, Maroon 5 is the greatest. And he says, wow, nice shoes, man. And I say, thanks. They're Adidas Superstar. I love your song, She Will Be Loved. But he doesn't care about She Will Be Loved. He doesn't care about Maroon 5. He's just offering me money for my Adidas shoes. And I tell him, my shoes are the only thing I have going for me. You cannot buy my awesome shoes. However, I proceed to sell Adam my shoes, and he presents the shoes to the troubled girl. He goes up to her and says, yo, my clean baby, I bought you Adidas sneakers. Try them on. And she says, thank you for all the gifts, Adam. He says, high heels are overrated. They say, those shoes are priceless. They're like a magic slipper. Adam Levine doesn't care about high heels. He wants the troubled girl and the Adidas Superstar sneakers. They're living a life of luxury together. And the next one. This is the Titanic sinking. obviously, this is, I didn't realize, the place I went with my, where the intergender wrestling took, it was a cruise. And, we didn't go to the Caribbean on the cruise. We went to the closest spot the Titanic sunk in Canada. And I think this basically means, my life is like the Titanic. It's like a sinking ship, We're going under, We hit an iceberg. And and the next one, I say to the warlock, please make me famous, warlock. And the warlock says, abracadabra, fame incoming. You're a future superhero. But this is like 2019, and the warlock put a bad spell on me because, I've been trying to go famous for the past, I don't know. I did not get what I wanted. Instead, I got an HIV accident. Horndog says it was all good before that cruise, and then it went down like the Titanic. Yes, yes. And the next one, I say, I suck at hockey and at life. It's a wide open net, but I'll still miss my shot. This is a metaphor for women, obviously. There could be a woman with no goaltender, no boyfriend. And, she could be interested, and I have no social skills. I still don't know how to socialize with women. I still do not know how to meet women, Even if it's a wide open net, she's interested, and there's no goaltender, I still don't know how to converse. The next one, the troubled girl is drowning. I saved myself from drowning. I'm on shore now. And the troubled girl says, now I'm dying, help! Somebody who may or may not have made up false allegations about me is begging for help. And I say, should I save her? Should I give her a high five and watch her go underwater? Let It Be says, save her, then maybe somewhere down the line she could save you. Don't be vengeful. Don't be spiteful. Don't give somebody a high five and watch them drown. Instead, save them. Do the right thing, And the last one, this one's a clown. This is a clown. Somebody says, be like Jack and Rose. Both of you get aboard the get aboard the board and save yourself, and maybe both Jack and Rose can live happily ever after. But this is a clown here. If you didn't see the movie Titanic with Leonardo DiCaprio, that's what happens. Okay. Okay, and this clown is pretty intense looking. Okay, so today is Super Bowl Sunday, as a lot of people said. And some people want the song The Puppy Bowl. Somebody says, hey there, big dog, ready for the big game? All right. The song is a little cringeworthy, but it's a yearly classic. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the soup. Who'd want to see grown men in tight pants tackling each other, getting aggressive with one another, getting physical with one another, when you could see cute little doggies playing with one another? So cute! So innocent, so wholesome. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the The Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the soup. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof, woof. Woof, 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 woof. Who needs to watch the Super Bowl on TV? I'm gonna be contrary. I realize it's the highest rated thing, but I prefer little doggies, little puppies playing with one another, licking one another, cuddling with one another. I don't need to be like my friends and family. I don't need to be included. I can solitarily watch the Puppy Bowl. Wholesome, angelic, innocent. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Puppy Bowl is better than the Super Bowl. The Puppy Bowl is better than the Super. Realistically, the Puppy Bowl is not better than the Super Bowl, but if they're not going to include me, well, I'll be contrary. Somebody says this is not an endorsement of the dogs. Oh, that goes without saying. It's about watching cute little doggies and puppies playing during the Puppy Bowl. Like little cute little doggies. Horn Dog says, "Great job, Andrew. Great job." Somebody says, "Your neck muscles have been looking bigger and bigger lately. Have you been lifting?" Maybe I've just been eating more. No, I haven't been lifting. I've been running. Certainly haven't been lifting though. I'm probably just getting fat. I think I went up a pant size. I mean, I guess ladies like big shouldered men, but frankly, it's not from lifting. It's probably just from overeating and lying in bed. So it's called getting fat, guys. Meva says they don't look much bigger to me. Okay, fair enough. I did go up in pant size though. It's called getting fat. It's not called. It's not from lifting. Unfortunately, I want to say I've been hitting the iron, but what I've actually been doing is gluttony. So I think my father's next door, and my stepfather is, and so is my mother, and they expect me to go over there for the Super Bowl. But frankly, I'm just going to avoid my mother, father, and stepfather. I mean, it's just ever since Thanksgiving. I guess it's 2024. It's just I just don't even interact with them anymore. The relationship's basically over. Because I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna feel like they're looking at me, analyzing me under a microscope. I'm gonna feel like I'm walking on eggshells. And it's just gonna turn into a toxic powder keg. So just avoid them. Just lie in bed in my underwear. Be solitary. Sit in isolation. It's just. I could go in there. I could try to watch the Super Bowl with my mother, father, and stepfather, but it's just not. Just don't. Somebody says it's probably better you just sit in isolation so you don't freak out on them. I mean, yeah. Nobody like it. Basically, the only times I'm around them nowadays are the holidays, and it's like it's just, and I'm not even around them on the holidays anymore. I just avoid them. I'm just never around my parents because we just can't get along anymore. I just can't get along with them. Maybe I should call up my art class friend. I just can't get along with my parents anymore. I just avoid them. Basically I have no relationship with my mother, father, and stepfather. The only person I have a relationship with is my art class friends. I'm just solitary posting on social media all day, every day. That's basically what my life is, and I have no relationship with anybody, really, except my art class friends. Somebody says you can avoid your parents without sitting in isolation. Go out, see your friends, maybe go to a bar and watch the game. That's it. I mean, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Peter says you're born alone and you die alone. Yes, that is true, Peter. That is true. Yeah. So he says, watch the game. When does it come on? 6 p.m. What channel is it on? Oh, yeah. I guess I'll watch it. Why not? What else is there to do? It's Americana. I watch the advertisements and stuff. What else is there to do? I'll throw on the game. So he says, what about going to Buffalo Wild Wings? I mean, that's an idea, I guess. And I'll just sit alone. Maybe I'll just sit alone and watch the game, I guess. Oh. So, do you think my parents had sadistic intentions with HIV PrEP, the psychiatric medications, the rabies vaccine? Do you think they pharmacologically abused me? I don't know. Meva says, nah. I hope you're right. I mean, if they did, I want them to be honest with me. I mean, the social media content looks fucking suspicious as hell to me. I don't know if it looks suspicious to you. They say it's ideas of reference delusions, though, and I'm just basically everything I see in the photograph, like stepping on the dog's toy and the dog's toy squeaking, for example. I'm like, did they place the debris I stepped on? I'm like, if you wanna like look at everything as a reference to the HIV accident, you can. I mean, you could if you want to twist everything to fit the narrative. They did it to me. You can. I mean, if you want to see everything with that lens, you'll find, like some sort of puzzle. You'll connect everything to that it was one big premeditated conspiracy to give me the HIV accident. But apparently, that's not so. Kaosa says they did not do it. Realize these are ideas of reference delusions and toggle the delusional switch to off. If they did, say it, but they didn't. Somebody says, would you ever stream the game live? And somebody wants me to do video game commentary. Yeah, I could do that. What game do you want me to play? Super Mario RPG. I could play Super Mario RPG and do like I'm not really I'm okay. I like the game, so like, oh, this is me entering the Mushroom Kingdom. I mean, like, I could do that. Oh, the sword, Exor, and the Smithy Gang, and Yardiovatch. Someone wants me to. Anybody want me to do commentary on Mario RPG? I could beat the game again. Oh, they said no, not Mario RPG like a video game. They mean like the Super Bowl. Do commentary like do a Super Bowl party on the live stream. I mean, I could live stream and talk about the Super Bowl, but also, I don't know much about football though. I don't know much about football. They said not so. I think I'll just watch it and not live stream. Yeah, like I said in a video. I don't really care about the New England Patriots after Tom Brady left the team. I used to always want them to win. But now that Tom Brady's gone, I don't care anymore. Now that Tom Brady's gone, I don't care anymore. Anybody else feel the same way? Like, Kaosa says, remind me again, what medications do you take? I take Abilify 10 milligrams. Why? Are you on medications, Kaosa? Hello. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He was a winner. Tom Brady was a winner, and it was always entertaining when he would play. So I was a Tom Brady fan. Kaosa says she's on Lamictal right now. Yeah, that's I think it could be a seizure medication, but it can also be used as an antidepressant for bipolar depression, right? It's just what are you using Lamictal for? Is it working for you? It can be used in a mood stabilizing kind of way too. I think there's two uses for it. Creamster asks, did you hear about the Epstein files? What about him? Yeah, we've talked about the Epstein files on this channel. What about him, Creamster? What about him? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like yeah, I don't know what to think about the Epstein files. Yeah, Chaos says Lamictal is a mood stabilizer. Yeah. Um, honestly, Creamster, he says a lot of. I don't think. I don't think the people in the photographs, and I think they were partying with Jeffrey Epstein. I don't think they were aware of his pedophile ring, in my opinion. I think Jeffrey Epstein was trying to take a lot of these rich, famous, and interesting people down with him. I don't think they were aware of his criminal activity when they went there and they were in photographs with him. That's my opinion. I mean, because if they were, why on earth would you take pictures with him? It doesn't make any sense. Why would you appear in photographs with him? I don't think they were aware. I think Epstein was doing nefarious things. I think Epstein wanted to take all these people down, but I don't think they were aware. I think he just had a party island that was really fun to go to, and he metaphorically became a self-righteous terrorist and wanted to take down all these powerful people with him. I don't think the powerful people did anything criminal or nefarious. They look guilty as hell. They look suspicious. They look like they're criminals, but I don't think they did anything, honestly. They look like they're pedophiles, but I don't believe they did anything. I mean, everybody in Hollywood, every fucking politician, all these presidents, they can't all be fucking pedophiles. I mean, call me Pollyanna, call me naive, call me gullible, but I mean, I'm sure there are like some cases of people doing nefarious things on Epstein's Island, but not everybody in fucking Hollywood and the music industry and the presidents, they're not all fucking pedophiles. Sorry. Yeah, Creamster, I disagree with you. I'm sorry. Let's agree to disagree. This isn't even a good topic. We've exhausted it basically. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm just speculating. Much like you're just speculating. But I do not think. I mean, you could dislike Donald Trump all you want. You could think he's, he caters to the millionaires and billionaires. You can think he's a jerk. You can think he's an asshole. I personally don't think he did anything nefarious on Epstein's Island. I don't think he did anything criminal. I mean, you could disagree with him politically. You could be more of a liberal. You could be more of a Democrat. That's fine. I don't think he's a fucking pedophile, though. I mean, I think, frankly, if you do, it's fucking Trump derangement syndrome, Yeah, and that's just my take. That's just my opinion. But I could be wrong. Who the hell knows? I wasn't there. I didn't witness anything, But I'm assuming, Jeffrey Epstein was making up false allegations about all these people. He was trying to take people down with him. He was trying to ruin people's careers and lives. It's he was he was yeah. That's what I think he was trying to do. Creamster says, Andrew, I have a request. What's your request, Creamster? What's your request? Can you sing a song? Sure. Sure. What song would you like me to sing, Creamster? He says, sing Strange by Casella. I don't know that song. I do not know that song, Creamster. So, unfortunately, I can't sing anything I don't know. You want me to sing Effervescing Elephant by, yeah. I do not know the song you're telling me to sing. Sorry. You want me to sing Effervescing Elephant by Syd Barrett? Creamster says, yes. Sing Effervescing Elephant by Syd Barrett. Okay. Effervescing Elephant. Okay. What does effervescing even mean? Sid Barrett, effervescing elephant. Let's get the lyrics here. Okay. Here we go. Let's turn on the volume. Okay. What the hell does effervescing even mean? Okay. Dun 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 dun. An effervescing elephant with tiny eyes and great big trunk. One whispered to the tiny ear, the ear of one inferior, that by next June he'd die. Oh yeah, because the tiger would roam. The little one said, oh my goodness, I must stay at home. And every time I hear a growl, I'll know the tiger's on the prowl, and I'll be really safe, you know. The elephant, he told me so. Everyone was nervy, oh yeah, and the message was spread to the zebra, mongoose, and the dirty hippopotamus, who wallowed in the mud and chewed his spicy hippoplankton food, intended to ignore the word, preferring to survey a herd of stupid water bison, oh yeah, and all the jungle took fright and ran around all day and night, but all in vain, because the tiger came and said, who, me? You know I would not hurt not one of you. I'd much prefer something to chew, and you're all too scant. Oh yeah, he ate the elephant. That was effervescing elephant. Okay. So he says, can you sing Time by Pink Floyd? Yes, I certainly can. Pink Floyd, Time. Okay, let's go. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Ticking away the moments that make up a dull day. You fritter and waste the hours in an offhand way, kicking around on a piece of ground in your hometown, waiting for someone or something to show you the way. Tired of lying in the sunshine, stay home to watch the rain. And you are young and life is long, and there is time to kill today. And then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. And you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Racing around to come up behind you again. The sun is the same in a relative way, but you're older, shorter of breath, and one day closer to death. Every year is getting shorter, never seem to find the time. Plans that either come to naught, or half a page of scribbled lines. Hanging on in quiet desperation is the English way. The time is gone, the song is over. Thought I'd something more to say. Bum, 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 bum. Home, home again. I like to be here when I can. When I come home cold and tired, it's good to warm my bones beside the fire. Far away across the field, the tolling of the iron bell calls the faithful to their knees to hear the softly spoken magic spells. Yeah! He says, great job, great job. Dante says, Andrew, sorry if it's been asked already, but are you watching the Super Bowl tonight? I might throw it on, but not really in depth. Somebody says, Andrew, they want the Andrew McMahon song, Swim. All right. Jack's Mannequin Swim. Did Andrew McMahon write this song to mock my running back in the day? Or is that an ideas of reference delusion? Who knows? Bum, 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 bum. You gotta swim. Swim for your life. Swim for the music that saves you when you're not so sure you'll survive. You gotta swim. And swim when it hurts. The whole world is watching. You haven't come this far to fall off the earth. The currents will pull you away from your love. Just keep your head above. I found a tidal wave begging to tear down the dawn. Memories like bullets, they're fired at me from a gun. Crack in the armor, yeah, I swim for brighter days despite the absence of sun. Choking on salt water, I'm not giving in. I swim. You gotta swim through nights that won't end. Swim for your families, your lovers, your sisters and brothers and friends. You gotta swim for wars without cause. Swim for the lost politicians who don't see their greed as a flaw. The currents will pull us away from our love. Just keep your head above. I found a tidal wave begging to tear down the dawn. Memories like bullets, they're fired at me from a gun. Crack in the armor, yeah, I swim for brighter days despite the absence of sun. Choking on salt water, I'm not giving in. I swim. You gotta swim. Swim in the dark. There's no shame in drifting. Feel the tide shifting and wait for the spark. You gotta swim. Don't let yourself sink. Just find the horizon. I promise you it's not as far as you think. The currents will drag us away from our love. Just keep your head above. Swim. Just keep your head above. Swim. Just keep your head above. Swim. Just keep your head above and swim. KO says, that's an ideas of reference. Andrew McMahon had no idea who you were in 2008. Yeah, that this was not a reference to your running. Fair enough, Kayoza. Any more requests? Anybody want me to do Maggie May by Rod Stewart? Nah, I guess I don't have to do that. Somebody wants It's Raining Men by the Weather Girls. No, I'm not going to do that. It's raining men. La 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 la. Anybody want some Beach Boys? I mean, obviously we always do the Beach Boys. Yeah, throw out some more. Throw out a song I might know. Andrew McMahon. Anybody here? Should I do Maggie May by Rod Stewart? There's a Send in the Clowns. I don't know that one. I could do keeping with the swim theme. I could do Anemia by Tool. Learn to Swim. You know that one? Yeah, let me do that one. Should I do Anemia by Tool? Yay or nay? Okay. Let's do Anemia by Tool. Tool, Anemia. Okay. Dan-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Some say the end is near. Some say we'll see Armageddon soon. Certainly hope we will. I sure could use a vacation from this bullshit. 3. I don't feel like doing this. Okay, never mind. I bailed. No, I didn't feel like. Okay, I mean, should I end this live stream or any questions? Maybe we could get off music now. Any questions? I should do karaoke. I should go with my art class friends to round 1 and do some karaoke rather than sing on YouTube. That'd be fun. Yeah, I should ask them if they want to do karaoke again. I don't know. It's easier to get into it when you're by yourself for whatever reason because you get afraid of it humiliating yourself when you're around people. At least I do. Does anybody else feel that way? When you're around people, you get embarrassed, but when you're alone, you could kind of. It's kind of like the Weezer song "In the Garage." You know, in the garage, you're not afraid to embarrass yourself, but if you're on stage performing comedy or if you're around friends, you're kind of embarrassing. You're afraid to embarrass yourself, but if you're by yourself, you can kind of act like a freak and you don't really care what anybody thinks. At least that's how I feel. Basically, the gist of the "In the Garage" song is, the guy's just not afraid to be a wild man in the garage, but in real life, he's really shy and anxious, and he does get embarrassed. So that's real talk, Andrew. That's real talk. It's true. It's true. It's true, Jag. It's true. Getting that into swim when you're around your friends or if you're doing comedy, it's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. All right, guys. I guess I could throw on the big game. I guess I could throw on the big game. What happened? I think I hit X. Oh no! Did I X off the live stream? What happened here? Oh no, guys, are you still there? Uh-oh. I'm just seeing like an ad for Elon Musk. Okay, yeah. I'm still here. I'm still live. Yeah, a pop-up came up, and I accidentally X'd off the live stream. All right, guys. I guess I'm gonna get going. Anybody have any last questions here, or should I hit the bricks and peace out? Okay, adios, guys. Thanks for watching.